Super cool. Well, let's take it back maybe to, the beginnings in Maine. Curious from the New England standpoint, like I'm from New England. I'm from outside of Boston as well. We have some of the best last 20 years of sports, professional sports history with the Pats and Celtics and Red Sox and all that.
Yep.
But I'm sure you're a fan of all those guys. But when did fighting come into play? As a kid, were you a fan of fighting in general? Was it later on?
Yeah, so I come from a family of fighters. Now, it's not that everyone in my family likes to throw down, but if you look at our family tree, both my grandfathers were boxers. My mom's dad was a Golden Glove boxer, and then on my father's side, his grandfather was a Golden Glove boxer. My uncles were boxers. My dad's a fighter. My dad's got like no eyebrow hair. He's got thicker eyebrows than me. Like damn, it's all scars. He's just an old bad dude, and so it's in my blood to just want to fight. But my family came from Connecticut, and they come to Maine, and they start all over, and they raise a family up in the country in the sticks in Maine, and we have no fighting up there. There's no real circuit up there. There's a New England boxing scene, and the last people to really be a part of it are people from like Maine, especially northern Maine, up by the border. I'm like an hour. Where I grew up, it's like an hour from the Canadian border. And so, but I always, since like 7 years old, used to like sleep over at my Nana's house across the street from my family's house. I'd go over to my grandmother's, and I'd watch Friday night fights on ESPN, and she'd tell me these stories, like point at pictures of my grandfathers, and tell me how they were Golden Glove boxers. And I thought, you get these Golden Gloves. I was my fighter's name is Chris Golden Gloves.
Yeah,
had nothing to do with it because I won the Golden Gloves. That was cool. That was a big part of my goals, my bucket list. But it was because I come from a line of Golden Gloves on both sides. So to me, genetically, I was designed to fight. But I grew up in a place where there was no fighting. And so the second I was of age, I started getting in my car and driving my ass to Boston and New York and Connecticut and these gyms and putting myself in deep water because they throw you into the wolves when you do that. When you show up, hi, I'm from out of town, big kid, and they want to test you. So I've been tested in some of the toughest gyms in New England, and I made my...
The Pod Matrix.